Okay, so sit however you like, but it'd be really good to have the torso kind of open for this initial breathing exercise. We're going to really concentrate on TVA breathing in the first instance, and your transverse abdominis muscles and the muscles that sit behind your obliques. So we're not looking at that six pack, we're looking at those deep postural muscles inside, and we're going to incorporate that into our breathing today. So in a comfortable seating position, however you like, on your knees, on a cushion, cross legs, you can sit with your legs forward, open wide, just find your comfortable spot. And visualizing those deeper muscles really, really helps with this breathing exercise. But also the visualization, there's various ones you can do. I really like the visual of perhaps a flower opening up and then closing, or a balloon inflating and deflating. And that's what we're going to be doing with our tummy. So if you can start by just finding those sitting bones equally on your cushion or on your mat. Roll those shoulders up to your ears, breathe normally. Let's put the shoulders forward, just wiggle the spine a little bit because we will be here for 2-3 minutes, so it's important that we're comfortable. Stack the vertebrae, shoulders down. First of all, I really want you to open your mouth and fully empty your lungs with a big do that again, breathe in through your nose. And a big full, really cleansing breath. Place your hands on your tummy. Close your mouth, relax your jaw. So what that means is your teeth are slightly parted, particularly towards the back of your jaw. Option to close your eyes so you can really tune into that visual of the flower or the balloon. And I want you to fully exhale. No one can see you, so let that belly go. We spend a lot of time holding ourselves in as women and kind of having that structure and trying to make this area smaller. Forget that. Let's just let everything out. Let that belly expand. So just breathing there, in and out through the nose. And then the next inhale, as you inhale, bring that belly in. Bring it in tight so that belly button is trying to meet your spine at the back. Really decreasing everything, contracting, pausing there. And then exhale through the nose, allowing it to slowly relax and release. Pause. We inhale, drawing that belly in. These TVA muscles are drawing together, and in, pause. Exhale, slowly releasing that air from the balloon or that flower opening and relaxing. Pause. So turn to the side so you can see it's particularly, I don't know if you can with the darkness, but it's a particularly good example with a pregnant belly to show these TVA muscles working. So as we inhale, that belly flattens out, draws in, that rib cage coming together, belly button towards the spine. Exhale, let everything go, super loose and relaxed. Inhale. Drawing in, try and keep those shoulders down so it's not drawing in and bringing the shoulders up to the ears, it's drawing back. If anything, your shoulders come back and your chest opens more. Exhale, slowly releasing, let that belly go. We'll do 5 more breaths here. Inhale. Holding in. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. And you should be incorporating your pelvic floor in here. So as you draw that tummy button in towards your spine, you're almost squeezing your pelvic floor. Exhale, relax, which is a bit like holding in a trump. So imagine someone has just walked in the room and you're really desperately trying to hold in that trump. You're probably giggling now and nothing's being held in, so apologies. But everything's working together. The pelvic floor is so important for posture, as are the TVA muscles. 2 more, inhale. Squeezing that pelvic floor, belly button back to the spine, pause, exhale, let everything go. 1 more, make it your biggest, longest inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, letting everything go. Lovely. So this is a bit of a yoga reset session. So just switch how you were sitting. So perhaps changing the opposite leg forward or bringing your legs out if you're on your knees. Let's roll those shoulders. We're going to start from the head, working our way down, and then some really yummy flows for our legs so everything feels awake and alive. Let's drop that chin down to chest, bringing those shoulders back. Your vertebrae is straight. You can feel both sitting bones equally imprinted on the mat. On the exhale, visualize telling those back muscles to switch off so that your head becomes a bit heavier. Gravity is really drawing it down. And an option for you is to just, we're not pulling, but just rest those forearms on the back of your head to just add a little bit of weight. To stretch the back of the neck and top of the shoulders a little bit deeper. Okay, let's release. Slowly bring that head up. Let's not do it too quickly. So we're contracting those muscles and putting them into cramp or tweaking them. So exhale, turn your gaze over to the left. Inhale to center. Gazing over to the right. Inhale to center. This time we're dropping the ear over to the left. Feeling that deep, intense stretch on the right side. This is so good to do if you commute. You might look a little bit odd on the train or in the car. Keep your eyes on the road. But particularly if you've been working like this all day with your head down or texting, we naturally kind of round, and just elongating those muscles again can do such a world of good to help a more restful sleep at the end of the day, but also prevent that natural lazy posture that we can get from that. Again, that option, you can bring your left arm just to rest on the top of your head, and you can take that right arm back and out and do circles, one way with your wrist and the other way. Everything's joined and connected there, from your fingertips right up to your ear. And then push that right hand away. Release the right hand down, release the left hand, super slowly bring that head back up. Those muscles need to contract when they're deeply stretched. If we do that too quickly, they'll go, ah, and you might get a crick in your neck. Let's go over to the right ear to right shoulder. Breathe, focusing on that exhale. Really enjoying that stretch and finding that stretch first. So before we add on too quickly, it's all about finding that stretch. Bring that right arm up if you'd like a little bit more of a deeper stretch. And again, we can bring that left hand to the side, rotating that wrist. Just Just make sure we're not closing here, so the arm comes slightly backwards. Lovely. Press that palm away. You might feel a deep stretch there in your forearms as well. That's good. Release the left hand down, release the right arm, slowly bringing that head up. Let's turn that head over to the left again. Maybe you can go a little bit further. Can you look over that left shoulder? Inhale to center. Let's look over to the right. Maybe even a little bit further this time. Everything's a little bit more loose. Inhale to center. Drop that chin down to the middle. Inhale like a pendulum. Roll that left ear over to the left side. Exhaling down, right ear, right side. We'll just do 2 more each side, moving with that breath as you exhale, that head lolls down. Inhale, we're contracting to bring the muscles up. Lovely. 1 more to the right. Back to center, lift that head up. Keep taking that gaze up all the way to the ceiling. Let the head drop back. Grit your teeth so there's that real big stretch down your neck into your chest. Pausing there. The more you grit your teeth, the yummier the stretch is there. I really like this one. And then let's bring that head back down. Let's roll those shoulders. Fantastic. Bring the arms out to the side. Loop one arm under the other. Don't mind which one. Twist like ropes. Take hold of something. It might be your wrist. It might be your thumb. You might be able to get your palms together. Once you're there, draw those elbows down to your chest. Bring that belly in. So let's think about that structure, that TVA breathing we were talking about. So everything's quite fixed and structured here. And there's an option to lean forward. So we're not rounding down, but we're leaning forwards here. Just going into those hip muscles. Inhaling, coming up. And wind. Remember which arm was under. Mine was my right. Let's switch sides. Wrap your arms like ropes. Find something to grab hold of. And exhale those elbows down. Really focusing on that exhale, which will help that stretch reflex to turn off. Fold forward if that is something you'd like to do. Inhaling, coming up. Release those arms. Again, roll those shoulders. So right from the head down, everything should start to feel a little bit looser. Let's go into those arms. Bring that right arm above your head. Draw that right elbow behind your head. Be careful not to, if you can see me sideways here, to curve your back. Keep that back really nice and straight when we're stretching these triceps. If you find your head is coming down, just move that right elbow to the side a little bit so our vertebrae is perfectly stacked. Once you've been here for a couple of breaths, you might be able to bring that left arm under and either grab your t-shirt to extend the stretch, touch the fingers, or maybe even get a clasp. Focusing on the exhale on these deeper stretches. And release. Let's go to the opposite side. So take that left elbow up. The spine is straight right from the base of the skull to the tailbone. Drawing that arm, that tricep towards your head, if not behind. Again, there's that option to bring that right arm under, either grabbing your top, tickling your fingers, or maybe that clasp. Lovely. and release. Okay, coming into the torsos now. So our shoulders should be lovely and open. Let's draw those arms up. Inhale, grow taller, try and touch the ceiling. Don't worry about those shoulders hunching at the moment. Exhale, let's go into a twist. So we're lengthening first. Bring that right hand behind you, your left hand to your knee, and then use that as a lever so you can turn yourself backwards. Your hips are forwards, but your nose is trying to be in line with your right shoulder, which is behind you. Inhale, bringing those arms back up, facing forwards. Exhale, let's go over to the left side. Left hand behind you, right hand to anchor on that left knee. Twisting, your nose is trying to be in line with that left shoulder. Lovely. Inhale, let's bring those arms up. Bring that left arm down. Plant that right sitting bone on the mat. Do not let it move off. And bring your body over to the left. Your fingertips are on a diagonal. Your arm is straight, so we're not lazy here, trying to touch the corner of the room, looking down at your mat. Pressing that right hip into the mat. Breathe. Option to lift your head to look at your right elbow or keep it down. Inhale, coming up. Over to the right side, left arm up, and then send those left fingertips to the corner of your room. Head up, pressing that left sitting bone down. Really nice side stretch. Particularly good if you've been carrying a child on your hip or shopping bags to even everything out. Let's come over to the left side again. We're going to take that stretch further into the QL muscle and curve that right shoulder over to that left knee, looking down at the mat. Inhale, straighten that spine back up and over. Left side coming up, left shoulder coming to the right knee, curving down. Such a nice stretch for the side. Inhaling, looking into the arm, coming all the way back up. Lovely. Let's open that chest. Take your hands or your elbows behind you, squeezing those palms together or those elbows together, opening up that chest. And again, that option to look at the ceiling and grit those teeth to the front of your neck. Oh, release everything and just move. Lovely. Before we come onto all fours, bring your legs out in front of you. Bring the feet to the floor, the soles of the feet to the floor, and you have space in between, not just for a ground bump, but because we're going to be doing our spinal stretches, our anterior and posterior pelvic tilts here. So take your shins just below your knees. As you inhale, bring your belly forwards, open those knees, chin up, shoulders back. Lovely. Exhale, bring those knees together, your feet stay apart, curve your spine backwards, round that spine backwards so you can look at your belly, your knees are together. If you were to let go of your shins, you would fall backwards. Inhale, stack the vertebrae, open the knees, chest back, look up. Exhale, knees together, curve the spine backwards, lean backwards, head comes down to your belly. We'll do 3 more, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last one, make it real deep. Good one. Inhaling. See how far you can bring that chest forward, bring that chin up. Exhaling, knees together, curve that spine back. Lovely. Coming up, stacking that vertebrae, your legs are out in front of you and I'm actually going to come alongside my mat. So first of all, let's really work on that posture of Dandasana. So up to you, you can find your sitting bones by wriggling side to side. But I want your legs together and your knees almost turning inwards. Your feet are flexed. Your hands just rest on the mat either side of your hips. So your torso and your arms are in perfect alignment. Your gaze is towards your big toes. Draw that tummy in. Remember what we said about the TVA muscles being the postural muscles by the spine. So really draw those in and that will help your spine be straight and your legs be straight. Pausing there, this might be super intense for you, particularly if you run or have tight legs. So just work on it being more comfortable there. If this feels okay, begin to bring your chest towards your toes. You're closing the gap between that big toe and the chest, but your spine remains straight. We're not curving down. We're lengthening to fold. Breathing there. Really focusing on that exhale, letting everything go. When we get stuck on the inhale, that's when tension builds up. Inhale, coming all the way up, stack that vertebrae. Going to bring that right leg in, so bend at the right knee. The right heel is close to the sitting bone. There's a gap between your right foot and your left foot. And first of all, just going to hug that knee and grow taller. The left foot is flexed. Lovely. Bring that left hand to the left hip. Right arm comes high. So we lengthen, always lengthen before we fold, coming over that left leg. Coming forward, trying to reach for those toes with that right hand if you can. Maybe just hold that big toe. Bring that right shoulder down, it'll want to lift, trying to make that spine super straight the whole time. Lovely. Be my guest to stay here. I love this stretch as it is, but if you want to challenge your balance and incorporate a bind, you can bring that right arm outside of your right leg. Bring that right knee in so it's not flopping to the side, and that left hand can try and meet it behind. And if it does, then you can begin to lower a little bit more, pressing that right heel into the mat. Wherever you are, if you're in the bind or you're stretching forwards, let's release everything back up. Allow that right knee to drop out to the side and bring that right sole of the foot into the left thigh. If your knee is way up, that's fine. You can bring a cushion underneath it. Again, let's bring those arms up. Inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. And then we're going to have a little bit of a fun flow here because, or should I say transition. We've got the sides opened really, really nice. So we're going to incorporate that side stretch that we've worked on with that deep leg stretch. So coming up for me, I want you to bring your right hand behind you. Your left hand is going to create a semicircle around that right knee. Coming up, lift your bottom up, pressing into that right hand, coming into almost a side plank with that right knee down. So if we reverse that, bringing our right bottom down, Left arm comes down, come back forwards. Exhale, lean back over that left leg. So if you're confused about what just happened, my right knee is bent, my right sole of the foot is resting on the inside of my left thigh. I bring my right hand behind me, draw a semicircle with that left arm as I bring it over by my left ear, lifting my bottom up, coming into that side plank. Such a nice stretch right from the middle fingertip on the left all the way to the left toe, bringing your bottom down as you draw that semicircle back and fold back over that left leg. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, stacking, right hand comes behind you, left arm draws that semicircle, bringing your bottom up, left arm over by your ear. Some elegant ballet dancer. Then let's return that right bum cheek. Redraw that semicircle. Coming all the way back. Lovely, well done. Bring that right knee up. Right knee over the left. Hug that right knee in, so we're stretching the IT band. Option for that left forearm to hug in that right thigh, and you can turn over your right shoulder for that gentle twist. Try not to lean far too back here. Your arm could be straight as your scaffolding. And let's release. Release those legs, give them a bit of a shake. I'm just going to turn myself the opposite way so you can see. You can remain where you are. So this time, let's draw that left knee in. Hug that left knee in first of all. Our spine is super straight. Shoulders back. Right toes are flexing towards your face. Breathing there. Lovely. Right hand comes to your right hip. Left arm to the ceiling. Lengthening before we bring our body forwards, and that left hand's trying to take that right foot. Noticing here what your left knee does. It's tricky to see, I think, with my dark clothing, but really plant that left heel down so your knee is pointing to the ceiling, not being lazy and dropping out, particularly if you're really flexible. Option, if your knee doesn't move, to bring that left arm around your leg, followed by the right, to try and find each hand behind you so you can fold a little bit deeper. One more breath here. And release that bind, coming all the way up. Bring that left foot, the sole of the foot, to the inside of the right thigh. Let's fold forward over that right leg first of all. And then we're going to be coming into that lovely ballerina-esque stretch on the left side. So as we come up, bringing that left hand behind you, bring that right hand to draw a semicircle over that left knee as that right foot comes down. Lift that bottom up. Right arm over by your ear. A supported side plank, really stretching that right side. Exhale, bringing the bottom down. Redraw that semicircle. And fold forward over that right leg. Inhaling, coming up, left hand back, draw that semicircle with the right fingertip, lift that bottom up, coming into that oh so elegant side stretch. Exhale, coming down, semicircle, redrawn, forward fold, last time. See how balanced and elegant you can make it as you draw yourself up. Left hand back. Draw the arm over your ear. Right toes down, left bottom up. Exhale down. Lovely. Fold forwards. And restack. Lovely. Let's bring that left knee up. Bring that left foot over your right. Hug that left knee in. Super straight spine. You should feel it down. If you're not feeling it down, just wiggle that left foot further away from your right leg, and that should deepen the stretch into your glute med and your IT band. Option to bring that right forearm to the outside of that left leg, left arm behind you, that gentle twist. Inhaling, gazing forwards, release, return those legs, give them a little bit of a wibble. Inhale, send those arms up, fingertips spread, really reaching for the sky. Exhale, fold that spine forwards, and you might find you can go a little bit deeper. Gazing at your toes. Lovely, lovely. Inhale, stacking that spine up. Cross those legs at the ankles. Roll over those knees, spread those fingers wide. You know what's coming. Stack the knees underneath your hips. Tuck those toes. Stick that bottom out so you've got that lovely spine as you lift the knees, coming into your downward dog. You might want to step those feet a further backwards and just walk out those feet. Step out those legs, feeling the stretch on the calves. Lovely. My jumper's disappearing over my head. Pause there. As you exhale, return those knees back to the mat. And think about those TVA muscles again. I'm banging on about that today for a good reason. We're going to have to engage the core. Again, we're stretching our legs, but we need to engage the core to be able to transition. So with your toes tucked, bring that belly button to your spine, lift those knees for 5, just to a hover above the mat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift that bottom high. Walk out those legs in your downward dog again. And let's take a deeper stretch on the left calf. So that right foot just needs to gently touch behind the left heel. So we've got a really deep, intense stretch on that left calf. Let's switch over, right foot down. Left toes just hang behind that right leg. Deep, intense stretch on the right. And bring that left foot down, bend at the knees, bring those knees down. Bring your bottom to your heels, keeping those toes tucked so we can stretch the underside of our feet. Pausing there. Inhale, come forward onto all fours. Engage that core, lift the knees for 5, from to hover, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that bottom all the way up. Walk those feet out one by one. And then look up towards your hands, step those feet forwards. Yogi's choice, whether your feet are together at the front of your mat or hip distance. Hang heavy here. And then let's roll that spine up super slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing your shoulders up to your ears, down your back. Just roll those shoulders a couple more times. Lovely. So inhale, take those arms up, tuck that tailbone under, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, bending at the knees if you need to. Inhale to fingertips or hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands down, bring that right leg back, followed by the left. Bring down your knees, your chest, your chin. Pause there, making sure your elbows are in, before sliding forward, coming into a gentle cobra. Exhale, push back, tuck the toes into your downward dog. Breathe. Lovely. Bring that left foot into the middle, bring that right leg high, bring that right knee into your chest as you come forward to a plank. Either bring the foot down there and then take it forward in between your hands, or see if you can bring it straight in between your hands. Bring that left knee down, unhook the toes, and exhale, walk those hands back, making sure you've dropped that right hip. Lift those right toes for that runner's stretch, half splits. Inhale, coming forwards, coming onto the top of that left knee for that low lunge. Breathing there. Exhale, coming back to that runner's lunge, toes facing the ceiling, dropping that right hip down. Inhale, coming forward. So remember I said about engaging that core and that TVA, your next move is Y. It's probably not as elegant as our ballerina, but it's just as great. We're incorporating strength from our glutes and our core, but length in the spine and legs. So tuck your toes here. Lift your arms backwards behind you. Lift that left knee and bring your body up. So pressing into that right heel. So your right glute activates, bringing yourself up into a high lunge. Notice my left knee can be bent if my quads are tight or your hip flex is tight. Exhale, return that left knee down, lean forward, send those hands back towards your hips. We're low lunging here. Inhale, arms come up, knee comes up, high lunge. This time as we come down, left knee down, arms down, return your hands to the mat, lifting those right toes back to that runner's lunge. So we're going from runner's lunge to low lunge to high lunge really smoothly. Come with me. Inhale, runner's lunge, low lunge, arms back. Lift the knee, lift the arms into high lunge. Exhale, drop that knee. Bring the chest down, low lunge. Hands come back. Lengthen that right leg, right toes to the ceiling, back into that runner's lunge. We'll do that one more time on this side. Inhale, coming forwards, low lunge, lift those fingers. Press into the right heel, lift the left knee into that high lunge. Exhale, left knee down, low lunge, hands back. Lift the right toes into your runner's lunge. Well done. Walk those hands forward to frame that right foot. Lift the left knee. Slide that right foot back to your plank. Push into your downward dog. Walk out those feet. You know what's coming next. We've done it on the right. So let's do it on the left. Bring that right foot to the center of the back of the mat. Lift your left leg high. Either crunch that knee into your torso and bring that foot down and bring it forward in between your hands, or send it all the way in between your hands. Bring that right knee down. Low lunge here. Exhale, coming back, walk those hands back, lift those left toes, but drop that left hip down. Runner's lunge. Inhale, coming forward to that low lunge. Exhale, coming back to that runners. Thinking about not hunching here, constantly think about that straight spine. Okay, inhale, coming forward to that low lunge. Bring those hands back behind you. Lift that the right knee, press into the left heel as you bring those arms up. High lunge. You can take the gaze up as well. Exhale, bring that right knee down, hands down. Low lunge. Bring the hands back as you lift those toes. Runner's lunge. Twice more of that transition. Inhale to low lunge, hands lift. Knee lifts, pressing into that left heel. High lunge. Exhale that right knee down. Lean forwards, bringing the hands down. Low lunge. Runner's lunge, left toes to the ceiling. Bringing that left hip down. Last time, think about your control, your core. Breathing. Inhale, we come forward to that low lunge. Lift those hands. Press into the left heel, lift that right knee. Arms come up, high lunge. Exhale, right knee down. Body down, low lunge. Hands come back. Runner's lunge. Lovely. If you managed all of those, really well done. It's quite tricky not to fall over. Bring those hands forwards. Lift that right knee. Slide that left foot back to your plank. Into your downward dog. Walk out those feet. Lovely. Pausing there. Bring your knees down to the mat. Let's stretch out those glutes that we've just worked. Big toes together, knees out wide. Bring your bottom to your heels. Stretch those arms forward, forehead to the mat. Child pose, breathe. Inhaling, pressing into those hands, coming onto all fours. Narrow the knees a little bit. Slide your right knee to your right wrist. Wiggle that right toe over to the left. Slide that left leg back for your pigeon pose. Option to stay here or bring those forearms down. Or bring those arms forward so your body comes all the way down. Enjoying that deep stretch on the right glute. I quite like to just rock side to side here, particularly if I feel like the stretch is no longer there, to just re-find it and find how aligned my hips are. Walk those hands back up if they were down, being mindful how we come out of our pigeon. So wiggle that right foot under our right hip, sliding it back. Let's switch the left side, the left knee to the left wrist, heel toe that left foot over to the right. Slide that right leg back. So either stay here or again onto your forearms, or bringing those arms fully forward like we did in child's pose. And relaxing into this deep stretch. It really is one of my favorites. I love how it feels. Again, you can rock those hips side to side to get deeper into that stretch. Or find the stretch rather. Lovely. Bringing those hands back up. Lifting your bottom up, the heel toe that left foot underneath the left hip. Bringing yourself back. Let's push into that downward dog again, just to walk out those legs. Sticking that bottom out. Bring those knees down. Bring your right foot forward in between your hands. So kind of that low lunge again. We're just going to get into the quads. In fact, let's get into the quads a different way. We've done lots of lunging today. Bring both knees down, your knees together, your feet out wide. So about the distance of your mat. Walk your bottom in between your heels. If this is too much for your knees, bring a cushion underneath your bottom. So the feet are either side of your hips. And we're stretching our quads here. That might be enough for you. If you're not feeling the stretch, you might want to walk those hands backwards, tucking that bottom under and come onto your elbows. Keep those knees together and look down at those knees. If it feels comfortable, you can let your head drop backwards. I find it really hard to talk when I do that, so you had a moment's silence there. You're probably like, Amy, put your head back again. Shh. Pressing into those elbows so we're not sinking into those shoulders. And let's gently come out, so bring those hands back. Walking yourself forwards. Lifting your weight up. Let the blood rush back into your calves. Scoot your legs to the side, bring your bottom down. And bring your hands behind you just for support, so our spine is straight. Your feet are forwards, wider than hip distance. So try not to slump here, okay? We're not teenagers, not watching telly. Really push into those hands, opening that chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, allow those the knees drop to the left. Try to keep, look, you'll see your shoulders try to come over to the left as well, but try and keep those shoulders parallel with the side of your mat. Inhale, the knees come back up to center. Bring the knees over to the right. Bring that left shoulder back. It'll want to follow. Breathing there. Inhale, take those knees back to center. Over to the left again as you exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to center. Lovely. Let's hug those knees into our chest. Allow that spine to roll backwards. Forehead gently comes down. Bringing yourself back up. Lengthen those legs. Bring your arms forwards, roll that spine down onto your mat. Super slow, so we're not just falling down. Lovely. Let's hug the left leg in here. So take it out to the side. Draw it in towards your armpit, but bring that right shoulder down. Roll the ankle one way. So rotate your left foot and the other way. Point and press. And then let's take our right hand to the outside of the left knee and draw that left knee over to the right side of your body. Left hand can be outstretched by the side or in cactus, but turn that gaze over to the left side. So a really nice supine stretch. Inhale, let's return that spine to the mat. Hug that left knee in again before lengthening it all the way down the mat. Let's hug that right knee in, so take it out to the side, draw it in towards your armpit, bring that left shoulder down, rotate the ankle one way. Might get some clicks and cracks like me, and the other way. Point and press the foot. And then let's take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Draw that right knee over to the left side of your mat. That right arm can come out stretched, cactus, or just by the side. But turn your gaze to the right. Let's return to center, hugging that right knee in again before lengthening it down the mat. Let your feet fall to the side. Take your elbows out wide, but bring the palms of your hand to the tummy. Rotate your head side to side, stopping in the middle. Close your eyes. Relax the jaw. And I want you to take that visual now. So if you visualize your structure on the inside, forget the organs. Think about that first layer of muscle, those TVA muscles that are then wrapped by those obliques. And as you inhale, think about it being a balloon, lifting up your belly, really push those hands away from you. And as you exhale, don't let it fall all of a sudden. Control those muscles. As you exhale, allow that belly to slowly deflate. Passing over that point where you then have to use your muscles to draw it in, draw that belly button right to the mat, your tummy disappearing. Inhale, allowing it to inflate, so it's that first release. And then you actively have to push that belly away until you can inflate no more. Slowly let it deflate. And then draw in. So you can't draw in anymore. As you inflate, you're releasing that tension and then building on that to inflate even more. Exhaling and drawing in. So just keep going with this active breath. And when you've had enough, stop. But do stay where you are for a little bit longer. with those eyes closed, your body still. And just rest and enjoy your reset. Your body should feel super relaxed and lovely right now. As always, it's a pleasure to guide you through your yoga practice today. I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you again soon. Namaste.